Hi Aquarius, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. Today's reading, Aquarius, is going to be a general reading for you, and it's going to be about embracing your anger. And anger is such a powerful emotion, and especially when it's released or expressed in a grounded way, it can be deeply healing, and it can bring about so much change for us. But many of us have learned when we were younger that we have to repress it and put it away, hide it even, or deny that we even have it, because and so over the years we've just allowed ourselves not to feel it and not to use it. And so the real issue is not anger itself, not that emotion, because it's a beautiful, powerful emotion. It's the fact that we've suppressed it, and it starts to come out at the wrong times, at the wrong people, because anger is so powerful, you can't keep it down. And so in this reading, we're going to look at, what's going on with your anger and what situation you're sitting in. And then I'm going to be looking at, how it's manifesting in your life and how you can begin to release or express it in a very grounded way. So let's begin with asking the tarot, and I'm going to use the Erenberg tarot to start off with, and then I'm going to be clarifying with the Rider-Waite deck, which is the original deck that I bought. So we're going to see how it works out for me today. I had put it away for quite a while, so we'll take that out. So let's start off with looking at what pattern situation is creating anger in your life right now. So one card for Aquarius for that. The one pattern or situation that's creating anger in their life right now. One card. Well, you had the Six of Swords that's coming up here for you. And this is one of my favorite decks, the Erenberg tarot that I'm using. How does your repressed or ungrounded anger manifest itself in your daily life? And how is it showing up, this repressed anger that you have? You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And what are you afraid will happen if you express your anger? What are you afraid will happen? What's Aquarius afraid of if they express their anger? One card. You have the Chariot in reverse. And finally, how can you begin to release or express your anger in a grounded way, Aquarius? Here we go. Finally, the Star card. Woo! It was having a hard time coming out, that Star card. Sometimes my hand gets really tired. Okay, so I have pre-shuffled these before I came on. So let's see how this deck goes. Let's get a couple clarifiers for the Six of Swords here from this deck. From my Rider-Waite deck, the first deck I ever bought for my... Ooh, there we go. There's one. One more. I ever bought for myself. One more. There we go. So you got the Ten of Cups, and that was sideways. And then you got the Ace of Wands. Let's have some clarifiers now for the Knight of Pentacles. Couple cards. Oh, there we go. You have the Strength card and the Five of Wands in reverse. And the Chariot in reverse. How about a couple of cards for that? Let me see if I can... There we go. The Queen of Wands in reverse and the King of Wands. Sometimes I have to change the way I'm shuffling them and get them out. Okay, the Star. Couple cards for that. One more. One more for the Star. Did it. All right, so we got the Two of Cups and the Eight of Wands. So let's begin with what pattern situation is creating anger in your life right now, Aquarius. Well, we have the Six of Swords, and right off the bat, the Six of Swords for me, because this is a healing channel, it represents safety. And so I don't think you're in a safe environment. And a lot of times we may know we're not in a safe environment, but sometimes we think we are. We can convince ourselves that we are. But I think deep down we know maybe that this isn't safe for me. It's not an environment I want to be in. And so whatever that means for you, it could be some friends of yours. It could be a partner you're with. It could be your intimate partner. But there's something about the company you're keeping or the company that you're with that is not safe for you right now. And so there's some real anger brewing inside of you at this situation that you're sitting in right here. And I can see here the Ten of Cups is sideways. The Ten of Cups is a card that talks about all this rainbow of emotions, because Cups is all about our emotions. And it talks about all those emotions that we're meant to have and we're meant to feel. Emotions are supposed to come in, we feel them, we process them, and they go out. But in a sideways position, it's like, I know you're feeling like you're not in an environment where you could take out this anger, where you could use this anger, because you know it's not safe. And so I think that's where the fear's coming in here. And then you have this Ace of Wands that comes out. Very interesting card for you. And so the Ace means a gift from the universe or an offer. And, we don't always take it, but it's here for us. And it's the Wand. And so the Wand talks about a creative, purposeful direction, a new direction for you, an offer to go into a new direction. And I think you're feeling this. There's this pull for you to, express this anger, to take it out, to use it so that you can bring some real change in your life. But it's not that easy, right? Because there's a lot of, if it's something that we were told we can't use, we've repressed it, we've buried it, we've put it away, but it's there and I'm sure you feel it coming up. And so how does your repressed or your ungrounded anger manifest itself? How's it showing up? Because you're not using it, because you're repressing it. How is it showing up in your daily life? Well, you have the Knight of Pentacles here, and it's in reverse. The Knight in my deck are what I call my freedom fighters. And if there's any card that comes out to say that it doesn't like to be controlled and it wants freedom from control and freedom to take your life into that new direction, here it is. It's a knight. It's my freedom fighter. It's an adolescent part of us, and we all have it. And it's been battling all your life to get this freedom, to move towards safety. And this is the part that will try to pull you. And I think that's what you're feeling. You're feeling this big pull because you have this new offer here to go in a different direction here. And so you're feeling this real pull here to embrace your anger, to really, because that's what's going to bring a change in your life right here. But it's in reverse here. So it tells me that the pentacle is all about, it's the earth element. It's all about being grounded in your body and bringing some groundedness to your anger. But it's in reverse, which tells me that, there's a part of you that needs to get grounded. And maybe your anger does come out in an ungrounded way, and that's what happens to you, and that's how it's showing up in your life. We can also feel, with this night coming up, we can also feel hopeless, because we can go in either directions. If this part of you that wants this freedom from whatever oppression this is, or whatever unsafe situation you're in, and there's this pull to get out of it, and to use your anger so that you can bring about some change in your life. Oftentimes, if we can't do that, and if we've been trying to do that all our life, it can lean towards ungrounded anger. And so that's when, it comes out comes out of the wrong people in the wrong time. That was my situation. Or it can lead to some real hopelessness. And I've gone there as well. They're kind of like you can go in either direction or flip-flop in between those directions here. You have right here the Strength card. And this Strength card comes in to remind us. It's a major arcana card. And so we have this energy coming in here saying, Aquarius, you have the strength. You have the strength to go inwards and to ground yourself, because there's a real pull here for you to get grounded, to go into your body and to get this strength and to use this strength, this inner strength to get grounded. But but what's happening here is every time you maybe try to get in touch with your anger and to embrace your anger and to go inwards, and really get in touch with, your ungrounded anger, this Five of Wands comes out. And this particular card is in an upright position. You have all these wands, these individuals that are battling their wands. I call it the battle of the egos. And it's really this, I also call it my inner critic card. It's that card when you look at yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself all these things about yourself and you can hear it in your head. And it's really done you in. There's a part of you that really feels like, that really does feel hopeless. And maybe you're sitting in some depression about this, but it's like, maybe you've given up because this part of you keeps on telling you in your head maybe that, why bother doing this? Why bother getting in touch with your anger? It's not going to work. It's not going to help. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to change your situation. Yet there's this real pull here for you to get angry so that you can change your situation. And I think it's really important for you to bring awareness to what are these things you're telling yourself about what will happen if you get angry. And then we're going to move to number 3, and it's like, what are you afraid of? What will happen if you get angry? We have the Chariot card here that talks about that inner movement. This is in reverse, so let's look at this in an upright position. Chariot card talks about this individual that's been trying to get these sphinxes right here moving for the longest time, and there's no reins on them, and he's been using his willpower alone to try to control this. And I think for the longest time you have been using your mind. You've been using your own control. You've been trying to control this situation. Maybe you've been trying to control your anger, or you've been just trying to control everything that's been happening to you in this unsafe environment that you've been living in. And it's not working for you anymore. It's not working for you anymore. And so what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of what will happen if you start to go inwards? Because there's a real call here that says, you have this power to go in and start to embrace your anger and start to use it. And this is what this Chariot card is. There's a call for you to go inwards and start to get back into your body and start to feel some of your anger here. And then you have the Queen of Wands here. She's in reverse. She's the feminine side to us. And the King is a masculine. It's interesting that you have the Queen and the King of Wands right beside each other. So I think we're going to talk about these two. The Wands, the Queen, first of all, is our feminine side. This is our masculine side. This is our ego self. These two represent the two parts that we all have. Has nothing to do with gender. The Queen of Wands is very much, and it's interesting that they're both wands because you got the Ace of Wands here as an offer from the universe, a gift from the universe to go into this direction. And so let's look at this because you're afraid, very much afraid. There's some real fear here that's blocking you from expressing your anger. And you know, you get the Chariot card that we talked about. We said that is talking about going inwards and almost like asking you to give up you know, your control over the situation because it's not working anymore. So there's a new direction here. There's a real pull here, and we've established that already. And this is the feminine side of you that, you know, is really talks about that side that pulls you towards your creative, purposeful direction here. And that's where the universe wants to pull you into that new direction that's on offer over here. But she's very much blocked because she's blocked by your masculine part, which is your ego self. Your ego self keeps telling you that don't go here. Don't go. Don't you dare go here. Don't you dare go inwards. Don't you dare touch your anger. Because don't you remember what happened to you when you were younger and you touched your anger? What happened to you? And it'll keep on reminding you of what happened to you when you were younger. You know, don't you remember getting humiliated? Don't you remember getting abandoned? Don't you remember getting sent to your room? Don't you remember getting told in so many ways, or even shown what would happen to you if you showed that anger again? And so that's what will keep on coming out when there's this pull towards this new direction. But you're fearing it. You're fearing it because there's a part of you that's reminding you of what happened when you were younger, when you tried to express your anger. And so now how can you begin to release or express this anger in a very grounded way? Because right now it's sitting repressed. So it's time for some real healing. Some real healing needs to take place here around your anger and what happened to you and the feelings that you feel when you were younger. You have this Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups talks about, it's just the number 2. So the Cups talks about emotions. And in this particular card, it talks about these two individuals that are sharing a cup. A very intimate relationship, right? Where they're getting intimate with each other. And it's a real healing relationship here. But it's not a card that's going to say there's, you know, someone coming in for you to save you, or someone coming here to help you with this expressing your anger. It's the beginning of a relationship, and it's the beginning of a very intimate healing relationship with yourself. It's time for you to start this to go inwards and start this healing relationship with yourself, because the universe, here's more wands. Look at the 8 of Wands. See how they're going in this direction where they're completely focused, they're parallel, and all these wands are going in the same direction. The universe wants to take you in this new direction. There is a brand new direction here that universe wants to take you. But it all is going to begin with some healing around expressing that anger that you need to express, that's going to bring about the biggest change in your life. I can't tell you how much my own getting in touch with my own anger has brought me to new change in my life. And my anger was very buried and very repressed. And so this is a real call here for you to get in touch with your own anger and embrace your own anger, because there's a promise of a new direction for you. Aquarius, I'm going to leave you with a video that I just did on my other channel called Carol Cares. And it's a video about expressing your anger and getting in touch with that anger. And I show you how to journal from your anger and in a very grounded way, so you can express that ungrounded anger, and that's going to take you into a new direction for you. And I'm also going to leave you with the last video I did for you, which was about conquering your fears. And I want you to have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. This is a very difficult journey, but it's the most important one, your healing journey and getting back to yourself. So I'll talk soon, Aquarius. Bye-bye.